Tonight on CTV News at 5.
I just got tired of it, so I got bored, and now on to better things.
Work and wellness, employee well-being takes a hit as mental, physical, and financial health decline.
We will not help these people, then who will?
And some things are free in life. Good Samaritans cut grass and raise spirits.
This year we crossed the Atlantic to the Caribbean, and then we sailed all the way up to Nova Scotia.
And Have Piano Will Travel, a unique concert series, hits our shores.
Spotty showers and small thunderstorms wrap up this evening with just a few clouds expected overnight.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, wellness check. Could you improve your diet, fitness, sleep quality? How about your finances? If so, you're not alone. A new study finds employee well-being has dropped over the last year. CTV's Brianne Foley looks at the numbers and why so many Canadians struggle to find a work-life balance. Brianne.
Yes, Maria, the numbers are stark as we look specifically at employee mental health, physical health, and financial health. And while those numbers are down, some experts say it's not necessarily a lost cause for employers. Employee wellness in Canadians has dropped over the past year.
It's definitely concerning. Overall well-being amongst working Canadians is down significantly. You're looking at the overall well-being, it's down 9% year over year.
I decided to work for myself because I like being free and I like being able to decide who I'm going to work for, when I'm going to work.
In addition to a drop in overall well-being, mental health declined 7 points, physical health is down 6 points, and financial health took a hit too by 2 points. Younger workers were hit even harder. Those aged 18 to 34 saw their well-being down 18 points, while their mental health declined by 14. Tony Byrne from RBC says affordability is a big issue for that group.
They are dealing with the affordability of housing, or they may not have the same stability as older workers in their job security.
Have you found yourself really unhappy at work?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. I want to work using, with marketing, I can use my mind. And my old job was physical labor, and I just got tired of it.
I get extra time.
Okay.
So instead of commuting, I work on myself. I go to the gym. So I cook for myself. So thing is, I'm finding work-life balance.
Those benefits seem to be a draw to keep people happier at work.
Group benefits are demonstrating that they're actually offering a little bit of support to those Canadians.
For physiotherapy, I think they'll provide. And also I bought something like health monitor. So it helps me to monitor my stress levels.
Open discussion is key.
It's really important for employers to really have a conversation with their employees about what's really important to them. What are the barriers that they're experiencing or the challenges that they're experiencing?
Brianne Foley, CTV News, Halifax. Now, Bruin added that 74% of women surveyed wanted women-specific health supports as part of their benefits, often in those areas that have been overlooked in group benefit programs and in the healthcare system in general, which can include anything from facility supports to peri and menopause support programs. Maria?
Oh, that makes sense. Thank you, Brianne. CTV's Brianne Foley for us in the news center this evening. And that actually brings us to tonight's web poll. This is what we're asking. Do you struggle to find a work-life balance? These are your options. Yes, no, and I'm not employed. You can go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see the latest poll results. All right, over to the anchor desk we go now, where Todd Battis is standing by with a look at the day's headlines. Hi, Todd.
Hi, Maria. Coming up at 6, Nova Scotia Power says everything is nearly back to normal after last April's cybersecurity hack put most of its customers' personal information at risk. The utility has now decided it is time to resume late fee collections. Not everyone, as you can appreciate, is happy about that. And we will hear from Nova Scotia Power and customers tonight at 6. New Brunswick's health minister is addressing issues with the new virtual care provider. Dr. Dornan admits that the province has been hearing from people who have experienced delays and other issues. One of the main areas seems to be problem getting prescriptions filled. So we'll hear from the minister tonight. Still, New Brunswick Food Bank use has risen 60% over the past 4 years. A recent survey says the increase in use is due to people trying to fill the gap between wages and the cost of living, much of what Brianne was just talking about. Many food banks continue to struggle as well to keep up with the need. We'll have more at 6 o'clock. Okay, let's bring in CTV meteorologist Caleb Mitchell now on what has been a very warm day.
That's right. So the day started off in the Maritimes with some fog patches, some haze, and that haze was wildfire smoke located well aloft of the Maritimes. It was higher for us, so not really impacting air quality in the region. It's a different story, though, for other parts of the country. And then as we went through the day and the sun shone through and conditions warmed up, we did see some thunderstorms fire off around parts of Prince Edward Island and areas of the north and east of Nova Scotia, especially around the North Shore. Those thunderstorms crossing Cape Breton. They moved through fairly quickly, but they did bring in downpours, lightning, and the potential for some small hail. At this hour, most of them have come to an end. Temperatures right now around the Maritimes are mostly in the mid to high 20s, so we have a few 30s showing up, including at St. John as well as at Halifax, as opposed to yesterday when those areas were cooler in an onshore southwest wind. Today's wind more out of the west, not as onshore, and has allowed for even those coastal cities to really get into some heat. Taking a look at those winds right now, they're mostly out of the west still. They're being sustained between around 10 and 30 kilometers per hour. They're a little bit blustery. We're getting some gusts reported between 30 and 40. Over on radar and satellite, here's what's left of those thunderstorms around the east of Nova Scotia, one moving just to the east of Canso at the moment. Any other little pop-up showers that have developed through parts of the Maritimes, including these in the north of New Brunswick, will be coming to an end as we head through this evening. I'll have more in the forecast coming up later on. Maria.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. We'll see you a little later on. Right now, though, AI has made it harder and harder to know which videos are real and which ones are fake online. And as CTV's Pat Foran shows us now, some get-rich-quick posts are designed to steal your money.
Imagine receiving $35,000 every month without hard work, without risk, without wasting time.
This is the latest deep-fake video going around online with Prime Minister Mark Carney. Well, it appears he's pitching an investment platform in the House of Commons. Criminals have used AI to create this fake video to scam Canadians.
2 months ago, I deposited just $350 into my account. Today, my balance is $70,000.
It looked exactly like Mark Carney. It was Mark Carney.
Deborah Friesen of Acton says last year she was watching craft videos online when an ad popped up that appeared to be the Prime Minister speaking about an investment opportunity.
He said, I'm really trying to help out my Canadian people by helping them to make extra money on this trading platform.
Friesen was scammed out of $13,000. Later, she was contacted again by someone who called her every day for months. She took another chance and was scammed out of $70,000.
And then he disappeared. I fell apart. I couldn't stop crying.
It's so frustrating, so devastating.
Judy Skeen saw a fake Mark Carney video on Facebook. She invested and was scammed out of $900,000.
All my money was gone.
Do not ever invest on anything or in any situation that arises out of social media.
Cybersecurity experts recommend reaching out to people you trust before making any investment decisions or large purchases.
Make sure that in your family you have 1, 2, or 3 people that you have on speed dial and you can call them immediately.
Be very cautious with any video seeking your money, and know with AI, creating deep fakes is getting easier and they're becoming more realistic. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Thank you, Pat. All right, we're going to take a break here on CTV News at 5. When we come back, though, no lawnmower, no problem.
I'm Jonathan McInnes in Dartmouth, where one local company is giving back to the community, one lawn at a time. We'll bring you the details later on CTV News at 5.
It's time to register your rig for the 2026 Big Rigs, Big Hearts, Big Results Convoy. Get your Crew together and participate in this day of fun for Special Olympics. The 15th annual convoy rolls through Dartmouth October 3rd. Visit truckconvoyns.ca.
Welcome back. So a local lawn care company decided to help out the community today by cutting grass for free. As CTV's Jonathan McInnes shows us, the requests rolled in and the mower rolled on and on and on.
Saurabh Kumar is doing a lot of this today. Kumar owns a lawn care and pest control business. Wanting to do something nice for his community, he posted on Facebook yesterday that he and his partner and staff would be mowing lawns for free today for seniors and people with disabilities.
First, we thought we were going to only do 20.
But the requests poured in and Kumar couldn't say no.
I heard their stories that were like really heartwarming, and then it was really hard to say no. Then we thought, okay, you know, instead of 20, we'll do 30. And then we end up having 56.
Those 56 lawns will take him throughout the HRM and even as far as Kentville.
My neighbor could use the help. I'm sure she would appreciate it.
So Holly Eggleston made a request on Kumar's post asking for help.
She lives by herself. She might be the same age as I am, but I struggle too, you know, taking care of the yard and things like that if you don't have the right equipment.
It's those kinds of stories Kumar couldn't resist.
And they can't afford to have big companies come and do the service. So that's why we started an initiative where we can help those who can't afford or help those who are actually in need.
Kumar plans to do the lawn initiative again in the future to help his community and cut out a difficult chore. Jonathan McInnes, CTV News, Dartmouth.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Kumar, you are amazing, and I'm sure you brought a smile to a lot of people's faces
today. There's going to be a lot of people out there very appreciative of that work.
Absolutely, yeah. And what a great day to be out mowing the lawn, hey? Lots of sunshine.
Got
Hope you
hot
had your
later,
sunscreen on, though, yeah.
I mean, you might have wanted to been mowing the lawns maybe earlier in the day or left it until the evening, because in the heat of the day, many parts of the Maritimes, mid to high 20s, even a few touching on 30 degrees.
Wow.
Good day to cool off, maybe by some water. So, beautiful day here at First Lake in Sackville after the morning cloud and haze sort of cleared away a little bit. I'll talk more about that when we come back right after the break.
On behalf of Farmer Choice Canada, we're pleased to donate $40,000 to Christmas Daddies.
Outstanding. And for the kids, of course, a good time was had by all at Glen Arbor Golf Course in Hammonds Plains, Nova Scotia today. Hundreds of golfers raised, as you heard, $40,000 for Christmas Daddies. That brings the grand total of funds raised by Farmer Choice to more than $727,000 for the Christmas Daddies Telethon. This is the 23rd year for this event. And just a reminder, the 63rd annual Christmas Daddies Telethon is Saturday, December 5th on CTV. Kaylin, over $700,000 in 23 years. That's pretty impressive. Thank you, Farmer Choice. And thank you to everybody who took part.
Almost as impressive as some of those golf swings I'm seeing out there. I got to hit the driving range for sure. But certainly glad that the weather held up for them today. There were some thunderstorms in the province, but they were mostly further towards the east, around the North Shore and Cape Breton. Let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset times. And for that, we're going to go to a beautiful view of the St. John River. This is near Kings Clear in New Brunswick, where you can see it was a fair weather mix of sun and cloud. There have been a few showers that have drifted into the north of New Brunswick, but those should be wrapping up as we continue to make our way through the evening hours. And some similar weather conditions in the forecast tomorrow for the Maritimes. Taking a look at our weather systems map, barometric pressure is now lower for all three maritime provinces. That happened at the approach and passage of this cold front that made its way across the region. Now, a couple interesting things happened with this front. One is it did bring in a band of some cloud cover and some thin, high wildfire smoke for the maritime provinces with it. That wildfire smoke was sourced out of the wildfires in northern Ontario. You've probably heard about that. For our region, it was quite high. It basically didn't impact air quality, though it did have the effect of subduing the thunderstorm activity that was expected yesterday in the province of New Brunswick. The smoke is actually thicker and expected to be a little bit closer towards the surface down through the northeastern United States and other areas of Ontario, especially parts of southern Ontario. And for those locations, it could actually impact air quality. So we can kind of consider ourselves a little bit fortunate that we're not catching as much of that smoke here in the Maritime region. In the meantime, though, in behind that front for this evening, we're still seeing a couple of showers. Again, those are going to be coming to an end, and then we should be getting into some clearing during the overnight, a few fog patches possible as we make our way into the start of Thursday. There may also be a little bit more thin high smoke that drifts in overnight and is around for Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. Now, once again, this is expected to be thin enough and high enough for the Maritimes that it won't impact air quality. And if it is around during the first part of the day, like today, it is expected to gradually clear off towards the east as we make our way into and through the afternoon. Now, Thursday afternoon, we'll see some scattered showers arrive in western areas of New Brunswick. They will be accompanied by a low risk of thunderstorms. And that area of showers with the risk of thunderstorms then moves towards western areas of Nova Scotia, mid to late afternoon, as well as the first part of the evening. There will then be a chance of some showers or a few thunderstorms coming up through Halifax County and towards eastern areas of Nova Scotia as we make our way through the first part of Thursday evening, mostly between the hours of around 4 and 8 p.m. Taking a look at winds in the forecast for tonight, they remain out of the west and northwest. The wind gusts diminishing a little bit towards midnight, but for tomorrow, they're going to pick back up. Again, mostly out of the west and a little bit blustery in the afternoon with some of the gusts up between 30 and 50 kilometers per hour. Taking a look at our low temperatures in the forecast for tonight around the Maritimes. In the province of New Brunswick, the lows will be falling into a range of 10 to 15 degrees, down to around the mid-teens, though, for both Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. And then in the forecast for tomorrow around the Maritimes, again, some fog patches to dissipate. The afternoon, a mix of sun and cloud. Beginning around the early afternoon, those showers arriving in western and southwestern areas of New Brunswick. And then through the rest of the afternoon into the evening, some of those showers with the risk of thunderstorms drifting into parts of Nova Scotia. Most of the high temperatures tomorrow in the Maritimes will be around the low to mid-20s. We'll continue to see continue to feel the humidity come out of the air. In the forecast for Friday right now, it'll be a mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures a little bit cooler compared to much of the rest of this week. Most of the highs on Friday for the region are expected to be in the low 20s. Some parts of Prince Edward Island, some areas to the east of Nova Scotia could actually have some high temperatures between around 19 and 21, though the temperatures are expected to rebound back up for the start of the weekend. Let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 8-year-old Rory McDonald from North Sydney. And Rory has sent us a drawing of a rainy and windy day in Cape Breton. Hey, it's good for the flowers, though, Rory. Thank you so much. If you'd like to be one of our weather watchers, they can come in to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. All right, time for another break here on CTV News at 5. When we come back, though, a piano by sea.
Des solitaires, des vagabonds, reliés par pont.
A musician from France travels by boat from coast to coast, and now she's going with the flow in our region. That story is next.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter.
Hey, you can win $1,000 in under 60 seconds every weekday at 7.
That's when we play $1,000 Minute. Your chance to win $1,000 with us.
Welcome back. So a sailor, piano player, and songwriter from France is living her lifelong dream of traveling the world and performing. CTV's Mike Lamb takes us on the water for her story.
I'm Marek. I'm a French piano player and sailor, and I created the Piano Ocean project, sailing around the world with a piano on board. So I was first a professional musician, and in the meantime I learned sailing, and I could put those two passions together in the Piano Ocean project 10 years ago, and decided to tour only by sail and stop in every port of call to perform my concerts and share my music and stories.
Du vent, des mille et une, des solitaires, des vagabonds.
So I write my own songs either in French, in English, or even in local languages like Irish Gaelic or Scottish Gaelic when I was in Ireland and Scotland. We basically cut a hole in the deck of this boat to allow the passage of the piano. And then we invented a system to lift the piano up onto the deck for the concerts and to lower it into the back cabin when we're sailing. Life on the ocean is amazing, but it's very demanding. This year we crossed the Atlantic to the Caribbean. I performed the tour in the Caribbean in the winter, and then we sailed all the way up to Nova Scotia to perform a summer tour of Piano Ocean. And I just performed my first 2 shows in Lunenburg last weekend, and now we just arrived in Halifax, and I'll be playing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on the steps by the sea on the waterfront. I first heard of Nova Scotia when I was maybe 15, and I was playing in a pub session in Ireland, and I heard the song Farewell to Nova Scotia. And I asked everyone, where is Nova Scotia? And I promised myself one day I go there. Sailing and getting to the places by sea makes a whole different connection with the people, because they know you've been crossing the sea to reach them. And the connection is really, really special.
Oh, she sounds absolutely amazing. And the acoustics on the water would be fabulous as well. By the way, she mentioned it in the story. We want to tell you again, Mariette performs on the Halifax waterfront starting Friday at the Steps by the Sea at 7 p.m. Do not miss it.
She's played at some very iconic scenic ports,
Right.
and now we get to add Halifax to the list as well.
I wonder if she'll do Farewell to Nova Scotia, which was the song that inspired her trip.
Good question. I mean,
Yeah.
she says she writes her own music, so maybe it's mostly going to be
Maybe
her
a
own
little ode.
material.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe a little nod. Weather conditions coming up for the end of this week if we're thinking about that concert. I mean, Friday's looking pretty good right now, maybe a little cool, and then Saturday at the start of the weekend, very nice. And then if we're looking for some rain in the region, we're kind of looking ahead towards Sunday, and not a bad thing to pick up some rain in the month of July. We'll talk more about that coming up CTV News at 6.
We'll see you and Todd at 6 o'clock on CTV 2. Keep it locked, and we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Good night, everyone.